Hello folks, it is morning time, about 11 o'clock, and we want to show you the outside of the Phoenix Chinese Cultural Center now. The fencing has been reduced after long battles yesterday with the city and with Tedesco. You can see this was all fenced this morning, and this fencing here has been taken down. There was fencing here, and it was all taken down. Now as we come across here, you see the Sichuan Palace, which is much more open than it was yesterday. This fencing here was right up next to this car, and that fencing has been pushed back so that now the walkway is available for people to walk on. This walkway was blocked off yesterday by the fencing, so where that lady is walking there, you couldn't walk. But now the fencing has been pushed back, and so the folks at National Construction Fencing have been forced to move this fencing all the way up to the wall. You see how much better it is for access to the current merchants. And this was completely fenced off yesterday. The fencing is gone here. And then if you can just slow down right here, this opening here, folks, to 44th Street was closed off yesterday, and the city has made them open this breezeway to the 44th Street and the garden open. And this fencing here has been pushed back all the way up to the wall, opening up walkway to pedestrians, people trying to go to the restaurants. So yesterday the fencing was right up against the car here and blocking off the parking spaces. And now the fencing has been pushed back. You see how far it has been pushed back. So we want to thank the city for listening to the folks that went down to talk about this issue with them and forcing Tedesco to move these fencing back. Now if you can turn right here, we'll show them the rest of the fencing, Elizabeth. Yeah, turn right and go down toward 44th Street. Now there's still a battle that has to go on, folks, because they did put the fencing up around the garden. You can see there is no need to have this fencing around the garden, but they did it anyway. You see the fencing inside, the green fencing is much stronger than the temporary fencing. So if what they were concerned about was safety, the green fencing is certainly much more safe than the temporary fencing. But we know that what necessarily comes out of the mouth is not what comes out of actions. And the actions speak louder than the words. So down as we go down 44th Street, you see that the fencing inside the garden has been put up. We are fighting against that, folks, and we'll continue to fight against that today so that we have access, you have access to the garden. Remember that True North has said repeatedly that he wants the garden to be available to people. Does this look available? Does this look like you can go to the garden? Not right now. They have the garden completely blocked off. So we're going to fight for the garden, folks, and for the rest of the property. But we wanted to show you the update so that you see that there is this fencing that's put inside a fence. True North contends that the reason they put the fencing up was for safety. You tell me, and turn right here, Elizabeth. You tell me, is there need for an additional fencing around the garden like this for safety? I don't think so. But as we come back to the back part of the property, you'll see that the fencing continues inside the garden. And we are battling on many different fronts now to get this fencing down. And there'll be more news about that later today, so keep watching and we will update you on that. But here's the fencing. You can see the fencing inside now, a brick wall. Now ask yourself the question, is that fencing for safety or is it for intimidation? You be the judge. Yesterday there was some confrontations in the back part of the property because people were trying to go to the restaurant and eat in the afternoon, and some of the prior management decided to tell them they couldn't do that. Yes, turn right here. So now we're in the back part of the Phoenix Chinese Cultural Center. And right here, this part was fenced off. A little bit further ahead, please. This has been opened now here. And this is where they really should be doing any construction.